Good morning, students. Today you are going to start the third chapter of science, fiber to fabric. So you have already learned about fiber to fabric, what is fiber and how different fabrics are made. You have studied about cotton, how cotton fabrics are made, jute fabrics are made from cotton fiber or jute fiber on the previous class of in class 6th. So first we'll recall what is fiber, what is yarn and what is fabric. So for recalling I have provided you the description link, one link in the YouTube link. You go to that YouTube link and open that and see the video so that you can recall the 6th class fiber to fabric chapter. Let's go. So there are two types of fibers are there, natural and synthetic fibers. So natural fibers are what? Cotton, wool, jute and silk. These are natural fibers. Then synthetic fibers are rayon, nylon, polyester, acrylic, etc. So here you are seeing fiber. This is fiber. These are very fine particles or very fine thread-like particles. When fiber are twisted and they are converted into yarn. Then when yarn are will make fabric from yarn by weaving and knitting. So now see, two types of natural fibers are there. What is that? I have not written, you have to write by yourself. I am telling plant fibers and animal fibers. You have to write the example. Write the example of plant fiber and animal fiber. So here it is given the natural fibers. From these natural fibers you have to sort out, we have to find out which one is animal fiber and which one is plant fiber. You will write down these things by yourself and you have to submit today. Next we will go to the what is present in your chapter, wool. So wool, so we'll go to the wool. Wool is obtained from fleece or hair of sheep, goat, yak and some other animals. So here you have seen the new term fleece. Fleece is what? The woolly covering of any animals like sheep, goat, yak. They have woolly covering. Means wool like covering or hair covering is there. That one is known as fleece. So you will go to that picture. This is the sheep. The sheep has woolly covering. It is covered by white wools. So this is known as, these are known as the fleece. So this woolly covering is known as fleece and you have to write this difficult word fleece 10 times on your homework copy. So fleece or hair of sheep, goat, yak or some other animals. So what does the work of hair? So why they need lot of hair in their body? Because they are, that hair is what? Hair trap lot of air and air is poor conductor of heat. So hair keeps animal warm. So wool is derived from these hairy fibers. Next, hairy skin of the sheep has two types of fibers. What are the two types of fibers, sir? Two types of fibers are coarse beard hair and fine hair. So coarse and fine. Coarse is what? Which is rough. When you touch the sugar, what you will feel? Rough feeling. That is coarse. So when hair is rough, that is coarse beard hair. Then fine is what? When you are touching the atta or maida or wheat flour, then what you are getting? You are getting soft feeling. That soft feeling is what? Fine. So when hair is soft like that, that is known as fine hair, and this fine hair is used for making wool. Next is selective breeding. Selective breeding is what? Selective breeding is the process of selecting parents for obtaining special character in their offspring. Here another term is given, offspring. Offspring is what? Child. Like you are the offspring of your parents or child of your parents. Like that, offsprings are obtained of special character. What special character we are we want fine hair character. So those sheep who has fine hair, thus they are chosen as parents for breeding, so that they can produce the offspring that have that special character, means that have fine hair, so that we can produce wool more. Next, animals that yield wool, means yield means produce. So which animals produce wool? Common source of wool are sheep. So in Tibet and Ladakh, yak wool is common. So in Tibet and Ladakh we are getting wool from yak. Then in Jammu Kashmir, mohair is one type of wool that is obtained from Angora goats. Then Kashmiri goat under fur. Kashmiri goat's under fur is soft, very smooth. So these are woven. Woven is past participle of wave. Okay. So woven into fine shawls, that is known as pashmina shawls. So these pashmina shawls are famous in Jammu and Kashmir and whole India, that is famous as very good quality shawl. Next, fur of hair on the body of camel is also used as wool. So some camels are also used for making, the camel's hair is also used for making wool. So one is the llama and alpaca in South America yield wool. So here are some given. This is sheep, alpaca, camel, goat, yak. These produce wool and their hair is used for making wools. Next, some of the breed in India, those are used for making wool. So this one is Lohi, number 1 Lohi. This produce good quality wool, and this is found in Rajasthan and Punjab. Next, Rampur Buser. It produce brown fleece. Fleece means hair. So brown, that wool of Rampur Buser is brown color, means that fleece is brown color. That is present in Uttar Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh. Number 3 is Nali. Nali is produced for carpet wool. You have carpet in your home. That carpet wool means natural carpet wool is present. Natural carpet wool that is produced from Nali, and that we got in Rajasthan, Haryana and Punjab. Then Bakarwal. The Bakarwal is for woolen shawls. That is where we found Jammu and Kashmir. Then Marwari. This is Marwari. Marwari has coarse wool. Coarse wool means rough wool. That is found in Gujarat. Then Patanwadi. Patanwadi is for hosiery. Here the new term is given, hosiery. Hosiery. That where we found hosiery? Patanwadi, the sheep, that is found in Gujarat. So what is hosiery? Hosiery is the term used for tight clothes. So whatever tight clothes you are wearing. So tight clothes made by wool are some stockings, then your gloves, then your socks. These are tight clothings or tight clothes made by wool. So these are termed as hosiery. So these are the animals and these are the animals which are sheep and other animals which we are using to produce wool. So step 3 is sorting. In sorting, hair of different textures. Textures means size and shapes are separated and or sorted in a factory. In sorting, different types of if some hairs are short, some hairs are long, so they are separated according to their sizes or shapes. Next is step 4. The small fluffy fibers called burrs are picked out from the hair. Sometimes some fluffy fibers are present in the hair, so they have to removed. So that removed, those fluffy fibers are known as burrs. The fibers are again scoured and dried. Now the wool is ready to be drawn into fibers. So what is burrs? Here one term burr. If this is a plain fiber, if some fluffy things came, these fluffy things are fibers. Fluffy fibers will come. These fluffy fibers are known as burrs. Next is step 5. The fibers can be dyed. Dyed means colored with various colors, as the natural fleece of sheep and goat is black, brown or white. So natural color is black, brown, white. So that is dyed into various color. Whatever color, different colors of wool we are getting. That's why, because these colors are dyed. Next, step 6 is the fibers are straightened, combed and rolled into yarn. The longer fibers are made into wool and shorter fibers are spun and woven into cloth. So there are two types of fibers, shorter and longer fibers. So these are first straightened, made straight and combed and rolled into yarn. So these are prepared into yarn, and the shorter fibers are made woolen cloth, longer fibers are wool. So this is the process here rolling into yarn. So this is about the process of making wool. Next we'll go to wool industry is important means of livelihood for many people in our country. So many people are producing wool. How they produce? They are keeping sheep. So but sorter's job is very risky. Sorter jobs means those who are doing sorting. Sorting means separating the fibers according to their size or texture. So because sometimes they get infected by a bacterium called anthrax. This anthrax is very dangerous, which causes fatal blood disease called sorter's disease. So in this disease, what will happen? Their blood will be poisoned. Blood become poison, and blood is poisoned, and that person will feel difficulty in breathing. Such risks faced by workers in an industry are called occupational hazards. Next we will go to from fibers to wool. So how we will make wool from fibers? So there are two processes are there. First one is rearing and breeding of sheep. So there are two terms, rearing and breeding. So rearing is what? First one is rearing. Rearing is taking care of animals for getting the product, or taking care till they become grown up or fully grown. So some of you in your home, you are keeping the cows, goats, hens, cocks, like this. How they are keeping? You are keeping them and you are taking care of them so that they will fully grown and you can get the products like egg, milk, flesh from them. So that process is known as rearing. So like that, rearing of sheep is done. Then breeding is what? Breeding is that producing the offspring. What you are means of producing the offspring of the quality or of the character you want. Means we want better sheep. For better sheep, what you want? Fine hair sheep. This fine hair character you want in the sheep. So those parents who have fine hair, those sheep's parents which have fine hair, they are mated, they have done mating, and from mating we get the fine hair sheep offspring. So you have to tell me what is the name of offspring of sheep. So like that, you are also the offsprings of your parents. So offspring means child. So next we'll go. Shepherds take the herds of sheep for grazing. So shepherds means what? Those who take the sheep for grazing. So grazing of grass. So here sheep are grazing grass. Then rearers also feed them on a mixture of pulses in dal, corn, maca, jawar, oil cakes. Oil cakes are what? After producing the oil from oil seeds, whatever remaining is there, that is oil cakes and minerals. These are fed by the rearers. So here look, the sheep are fed. Then in winter, sheep are kept indoors. In winter, sheep are kept indoors and fed on leaves, grain and dry fodder. What is dry fodder? Dry fodder is what? Dry food of domestic animals. So you are telling that fodder in Odia, that is known as chunni and chokodo. That is fodder. So these are used to feed sheep. Then once the reared sheep had developed a thick growth of hair, once they have thick growth of hair is shaved off for getting wool. Where you have heard shaving? In your home, your father is doing shaving. So when they are shaving, they are not getting pain. What they are doing? They are cutting means they are removing the hair from the skin. So that hair is made of dead cells. So when you are removing the hair, you can't feel the pain. Like that, when hair is shaved off from sheep, it cannot get pain. Like that, when your hair is cut, you are not getting pain. Next, number 2 is processing fibers into wools. Now we got the fibers, we have to process it into wools. Step 1 is the fleece of sheep along with tiny thin layer of skin is removed from its body by machine. So from the body of sheep, the thin layer of skin is removed. That is known as this process is called shearing. This is done during hot weather, because in hot weather they cannot feel the cold. So that when the wool is removed, that fleece is removed, they cannot get any suffering. So here look, this is what? This is shearing of sheep. Here sheep is the fleece is removed. Next, number 2 step is the scared skin is with hair is thoroughly washed in tanks to remove grease, dust and dirt. So whatever grease means oily things and dust and dirt are attached to the skin with hair, that are removed by washing, and that is washed in tanks. That process is known as scouring. This process is known as scouring. Here scouring is given. This is in tanks. Sometimes it is done in machines. Here scouring is done by machines. So wool and silk both are animal fibers, means we are getting wool and silk from animal. Those animals are wool and silkworms. So let's go to silk. So silk, here silk is, so we get silk from silkworms. The rearing of silkworms for obtaining silk is called sericulture. So here the term is there, sericulture, means culturing or producing silk by keeping or taking care of silkworms. It is very old occupation in India and produces plenty of silk. So most common is mulberry silk moth, that is most common in India. The silk fiber from this is very soft, lustrous. Lustrous means it is shiny and elastic and can be dyed in beautiful color. So you are seeing above the 4 pictures are given. So these are pictures of silk cloth. So this silk cloth are looking shiny and these are very soft and beautiful. Let's see life history of silk moth. So the female silk moth lays eggs. Here is female silk moth. It is laying so many eggs on the leaves. From eggs, larvae, singular larva, are hatched. So from these eggs, larva will come out. So this is larva. These larvae are called caterpillars or silkworm. So these larvae are also called caterpillar or silkworms. They feed on leaves and grow in size. Here it is feeding on leaves. Look at here, eating leaves, and they will grow in fully size. When they have full growth, they secrete fiber made of protein. From their mouth, one watery liquid fiber like liquid come out, and that is made up of protein. Like from our mouth saliva is coming, like that from their mouth that liquid type of fiber is come out, that is made of protein. The caterpillars cover themselves with these fibers and turn into pupa. Look at here, it is covering and they are turning into pupa, and the fibers hardens on exposure to air. When the fiber came contact with air, it become silk fiber. This covering is known as cocoon. This is known as cocoon. Look at here, the cocoon is cut open and inside cocoon pupa is present. Pupa is dark brown in color. This pupa inside develop into silkworm inside the cocoon, and the silk fiber or yarn is thread is obtained from this cocoon of silk moth. Next you see the second picture downside. This picture here, the silk moth, fully developed silk moth is coming out of cocoon. Like that silk moth used to come out. Next, different textures means coarse, smooth, shiny. Coarse means how much rough is there, smoothness, how much smoothness or shiny of silk. So different types of silk are obtained from different types of silk moth. So number 1 is tussar silk. Look at tussar silk. This one is tussar silk moth, and here this one is tussar silk worm. Number 2, muga silk. Look at here, this one is muga silk moth and this one is muga silk worm. Next, number 3, eri silk. This one is eri silk moth and this one is eri silk worm. Next, number 4, mulberry silk. Mulberry silk is this one, white color mulberry silk, and this one is mulberry silk worm. And this mulberry silk is most common in India, and we used to get fine silk cloth from this mulberry silk worm, because look, it is white in color and very beautiful, means very fine, smooth and lustrous, so that we can get different color of, we can dye it in different color and we can get beautiful clothes. Next you will see number 5 is kosa silk. Kosa silk is what? Look at here, this one is kosa silk moth and this is kosa silk worm with cocoon. Next you see the life history of silk moth. This is in brief description, diagrammatic description. So first, adult moth. This is an adult moth. Adult moth is converting into female moth. That adult moth, female moth lays eggs, tiny eggs on the leaves, mulberry leaves, and these eggs from these eggs, larvae or caterpillars are hatched out, and they feed on leaves. These leaves for 3 to 4 weeks. Each of them spin in a cocoon around itself. And inside the cocoon, the caterpillar changes into pupa. Look at here, inside the cocoon, pupa is there. Then inside this cocoon, pupa converts into adult moth. So this is the life history of silk moth. Next we'll go from cocoon to silk. So how silk is produced from cocoon? Okay, so the silk farmers get silk from cocoon, and they have different process. There are two process. Number one is rearing of silkworms. Look at here. A female silk moth lays thousands of eggs at a time, and the eggs are stored carefully on the strips of cloth or paper and sold to silkworm farmers. Like you are wrapping different materials, you are wrapping different means your gifts, like that the the eggs obtained from silk moths, they are carefully kept on the strips of cloth or paper, and that one was sold in to silkworm farmers. Here the silk moth get producing eggs. Next, the farmer keep eggs under hygienic condition, means in clean condition and suitable temperature and humidity condition. Next, the eggs are warmed to a suitable temperature. So the larvae are hatched out from the eggs. So here look, larvae are hatched out from the eggs, and they are kept in bamboo. This is done when mulberry trees bear fresh crop of leaves. So this is mulberry trees. When in mulberry trees, when there is the fresh crop of leaves, that time only the silkworm farmers, they take out the eggs to the suitable temperature, so the larvae are hatched out. Next, the larvae are kept in clean bamboo trays, like we have seen here. They are kept in clean bamboo trays. They are kept in clean bamboo trays. This one, like that, and with freshly chopped mulberry leaves. Look at here, mulberry leaves are kept, and above that the caterpillars are kept. So these caterpillars eat these leaves day and night and increase in enormous size. After 25 to 30 days, the caterpillars stop eating and move to a tiny chamber of bamboo tray. Look, tiny chambers of bamboo trays are there. In bamboo tray, tiny chambers are there. In these tiny chambers, the caterpillars move, and they spin cocoon and develops into silk moth inside the cocoon. So many cocoons are there inside this bamboo tray. Next is processing of silk. So from cocoon, how will get silk? The cocoons are kept under the sun or boiled or exposed to steam. The silk fibers separate out. The process of taking out threads from cocoon is called reeling of silk. This is called reeling of silk. Next, it is done in special machines. These machines unwind the silk threads from cocoon. Unwinding is done by machines. Silk fibers are then spun into silk threads, which were woven into silk cloth by weavers. So look at here, process of silk culture. The silk moth gives egg, and from eggs larvae come out. From eggs come out. From eggs larvae come out. They feed and continuously for 20 to 35 days. Then they form cocoon. From these cocoons are boiled so that pupa are killed. From this cocoon, these cocoons are unwound by the machine. Look, it is unwinding, means the silk thread are coming out. They are taking out silk thread from this cocoon, and this is called reeling of silk. And these are again spun as silk thread, spun into silk thread, which are woven into fine beautiful clothes.